Dang it. Hey friends, it's Liquidy from Travel Gluten Free. I'm going to see if I can share this live for my friends at Nourished Festival. Give me 1 second. I can throw a live feed in here. Let's see if this will work. Okay, so it should be working on the Nourished Festival. I will put up the live chat on the Nourished Festival. So if you can see me and you're on the Nourished Festival, go ahead and drop information in the live video chat box there so I can see if you can see and hear me for sure. All right, my friends, so welcome to a live video on Nourished. This is Nourished Festival, and if you are watching this video on your later after the Nourish Festival. This was a 3-day event that featured lots of different gluten-free influencers and amazing foods. And I'm getting hungry just looking at the expo pictures. And I definitely put in to get some products. So I'm super excited about that. So my live today at 11:30 if you're Mountain Standard Time, 10:30 if you're all the way Pacific Coast, or 1:30 in the afternoon if you are our Eastern Coast, is we're going to talk about some gluten-free friendly cities. And so when you travel, there are certain places that you can go that are more gluten-free friendly, so to speak, than other places. So when I travel, I found that these cities are really great to travel to because they are very gluten-free friendly. Now, what does that mean? So gluten-free friendly means that there are several different restaurants that offer celiac safe food. Either they are dedicated gluten-free, or they have like a special kitchen space or a dedicated fryer. These cities I've gone to and eaten at multiple restaurants and have not gotten sick. So that's a huge deal when you're celiac or you're gluten-free. So if you do get sick from gluten, you know what I'm talking about, because getting sick from gluten can be, for me, it can be anywhere from joint pain, really horrible joint pain, which starts the next day, to a cross between the flu and food poisoning all at once. It's definitely not fun, and you get to know your bathroom really, really well. And there are cities you can go to travel to for fun. And some of you may not be able to do that because of COVID. And I know some people have health restrictions, but when COVID does lift, one of the great things you can do is you can plan now and dream now and plan now to vacation later. So even if you can't make it out of the house right now, you can pick one of these cities and then look around, see what activities are to do, make a list of some things that you find interesting. And then when COVID lifts for that country or that region in the United States, you can plan your travel for that area. I'm able to travel. I always travel with face masks. So I'm going to show you my cute little face mask. This is Yoda drinking tea for all of you non-Star Wars fans, which is The Mandalorian, which is another episode's coming out. And I also have my matching baby Yoda mug, which gotta love it. So with the two of them, I'm totally good to go. So I always wear a face mask when I travel. It doesn't matter if the other place requires it or not, because I want to be safe. And so here are some, anyway, so let's get to the cities. So there are definitely some cities that are really good to go to if you're gluten-free. I cover these more in depth in my book, The Guide to Traveling Gluten-Free, but I wanted to give you a little rundown of some of the cities that I like. And some of these may be in the book, some of these may not be in the book, because I listed my top 9 in the book. But there are more than 9 cities that are gluten-free friendly. So one thing, I'll start off with California. California is usually very progressive as far as food goes, as you may or may not know. So there are any major town in California, even the smaller towns, a lot of them have vegan, vegetarian options, and also a lot of gluten-free. And there's quite a few towns that offer both gluten-free and vegan or vegetarian, because my younger daughter is celiac and vegetarian. So that's like a double challenge, but you can get a lot of really great things from California, and pretty much any city in California. I've traveled to probably a couple dozen cities in California. I've done the entire Pacific Coast Highway in California, which is amazing. And if you love road trips, that is absolutely phenomenal road trip. It's doing the entire Pacific Coast Highway in California. And so anyway, when I did my road trip, I stopped at so many cities, because I took about a week to do just that part. And I actually did the entire Pacific Coast Highway all the way up to Washington. But basically almost anywhere in California. And there's a lot of really great, like San Francisco, San Diego has amazing gluten-free places. Sacramento has some amazing gluten-free places. A lot of the beach areas do as well. So I would definitely highly recommend traveling to cities in California. Of course, right now they're having a lot of fires. So obviously now is not a great time to go. But when those places are back and open again, I know they would probably appreciate the business and the economy. So once California gets back to business, a little bit business as usual, and they're not on fire, definitely check out California. Another great gluten-free place to visit is Seattle. Seattle has some amazing gluten-free restaurants as well. I've been to Seattle a couple of times, and every time I've been there, I've had a good experience doing gluten-free at different restaurants. So I would definitely recommend Seattle. Another place I would definitely recommend, it's in Canada, and right now we can't travel to Canada from the US, but when their borders open, if you're looking for two really good cities that have really great gluten-free, there's one is Victoria. So Victoria, Canada, when I stayed there the last time, I ate fried celiac safe food every day of the week, which is like practically unheard of. And that's, I think, the only town where I have gone to a different restaurant every night with a dedicated fryer each night of the week. I gained so much weight that week, but it was totally worth it because, and I think my body was pretty much freaking out because as a celiac, you may or may not know, especially if you're new, that you can't eat food in a shared fryer. What that means is that you can't eat food that's been in a fryer with wheat food. That actually makes me the sickest is if I get cross-contaminated from a fryer. And so you can only eat something from a dedicated fryer. And what that means is that fryer only fries non-gluten food. So if it only fries like potato and cornstarch, then that's okay. You can eat out of that fryer. And so every night of the week in Victoria, Canada, I went to a different restaurant and had amazing, amazing gluten-free fried food. So Victoria, Canada would definitely be high on my list. Another one that I haven't been to, but I've heard amazing things about, and Taryn from My Celiac Life, shout out to Taryn. I had her on one of my shows, and I believe she's from Montreal, but Montreal is definitely one of the places we talked about that has amazing gluten-free food. And there is I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head, but there is a almost completely gluten-free sushi restaurant that everybody raves about that's in Montreal that is on my hit list. I am going to try it. So I haven't been to Montreal yet, but Montreal definitely should be on your hit list in Canada when Canada opens back up. Another place that I love to go to for gluten-free food is Austin, Texas. So Austin has actually, you may or may not know this, but Austin has some really great wine as well, wine selection. I don't know why, but I found some really great wines in Austin to go along with my great gluten-free food. And Max's Wine Dive has an amazing fried chicken that I absolutely love that is gluten-free and celiac safe. And so Austin, there are several different places you can eat there. I've gotten gluten-free sushi without a problem. I've gotten a gluten-free pasta without a problem in Austin. So Austin, Texas is really great. Of course, Texas right now may not be a good choice because of COVID, but when it's a better choice, Austin is definitely a place I would visit. Another place I would visit that offers some great gluten-free is Philadelphia. So I interviewed Mike from Gluten-Free Philly on my podcast a while back, and he has an app that is Gluten-Free Philly. So if you're going to Philadelphia, definitely download that app. But one of the places you absolutely have to go first is Fox and Sons. And so I interviewed Rebecca, who owns Fox and Sons, and her name is Rebecca Foxman. And she actually her place is dedicated gluten-free, although she doesn't advertise it as that. But you can get, the only place I know to get funnel cake, which if you haven't had funnel cake, I'm from the Northeast, I'm originally from Philadelphia. Funnel cake is like the most amazing dessert. It's literally like pancake batter that's fried. And I have a picture of it in my book and on my Travel Gluten-Free Podcast Instagram. So definitely scroll down through that and you'll see a picture of fried funnel cake. It was amazing. She does fried corn dogs, fried Oreos, fried like everything. And everything is gluten-free. There's no wheat in her business. She's actually not celiac, but the story behind it can be found on my podcast episode with Rebecca Fox. So check out that Fox and Sons podcast and you'll get to hear Rebecca tell her story, which is amazing too. You definitely want to hear the story. So Philadelphia is another great place that is gluten-free friendly. I've gotten Indian food there. I've gone to Rebecca's. I've gone to several other places in Reading Terminal Market, which I talk about in another podcast that has some really great gluten-free choices. So definitely check out Philadelphia. Another place that I really love for gluten-free food is, oh my gosh, I just blanked the name. London, duh. So London, England. We cannot go to London right now, but when the borders open up, London is spectacular for gluten-free food. They have a chain over there called Wagamama that not only has gluten-free food, but a lot of vegan and vegetarian choices. They have some really, 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 really good food. The people come out to your table and they make sure that they know exactly what you can't eat. So they're amazing with specialty diets. So if you have any specialty diet, Wagamama in London is amazing. But just London in general, I got fried fish and chips with cider ale, which was like, oh, heavenly. And yeah, London, there's so many gluten-free places that are amazing to eat in London and safe. So I definitely highly recommend London. So if you're in Europe and you're watching this and you're in England, you may or may not know London is a great choice. So one other good choice that I want to talk about that I haven't been to, but my friend has lived in is Sydney, Australia. So Sydney, people rave about Sydney all the time. It's on my hit list. Obviously, I cannot go right now, but it is definitely one of the places I want to go visit. And I've heard amazing things about Sydney, Australia from everyone. I have not talked to anyone that has said anything less than Australia, and specifically Sydney is a great place for gluten-free food. There's lots of different choices as far as ethnicities and gluten-free. And when you go into a restaurant, um, yeah, so those are some really great gluten-free cities. So if you're going to visit to another city and you want to make sure that you have some good food to eat and you like eating out at restaurants like I do, definitely any of those cities would be a great choice to start. And all of the cities have really, really fun things to do, especially Victoria. If you're into cultural things, oh my gosh, Victoria will just blow you away. It's just such a fun place to go. So definitely check out all these places. If you're going to Victoria, definitely hit up Ellen Baines at the Celiac Scene because she has some great information specifically about Victoria on her site because she lives in Victoria, Canada. All right, my friends. So this is Aliquity. Thank you for joining me today during my live. And if you have any questions, definitely hit me up at travelglutenfreepodcast.com. And my next live for Nourish Festival is going to be in another hour. It's going to be at 2:30, I believe. And I'm going to be doing a giveaway. So come back, look on the calendar. My calendar is on my banner for my exhibit booth. And definitely come back because I'm going to be doing a giveaway and you can enter to win some awesome, awesome prizes. All right, my friends, remember to enjoy food, enjoy life, and enjoy travel. This is Aliquity signing off, and I hope to see you later today at the Nourish Festival or on my YouTube channel. Remember to like and subscribe.